Hey, you can't go wrong with wiener dogs on parade. Check this out. It's even better when it's in Key West, Florida. 300 dogs in these quirky costumes were part of yesterday's event. How cute are they? Is that Supergirl there? Later in the day, tens of thousands of people gathered to ring in the new year at the southernmost point in the continental U.S. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. A local family came through in a big way for a stranded traveler on one of the coldest days of the season. A man was on his way to Philadelphia when he encountered car problems and wound up stranded at the Moorhead rest stop. After seeing our story yesterday, Ransel Guzman says a family came and took him to a hotel.
I feel like if they are my family, like I feel like if they are my blood. See them that they show up like that, like, hey, we're looking for you. Like that was the first word I say, wow, I'm here, you know. He said, okay, come on, let's go. I'm gonna take you to a motel, you know, you don't wanna sleep here no more, you're gonna be better. You don't wanna sleep in the floor, I cannot let you sleep in the floor, you know. That like give me like some happiness, you know. That made me feel real good, you know.
There's no word yet on when Guzman will be able to continue his journey back to family in Philadelphia. He still has a car that he says is overheating. You'll want to check ahead if you're traveling by air today. Some early morning flights out of the Valley are off schedule on this New Year's holiday. One United flight from Fargo to Chicago was canceled, and two others to Chicago and Minneapolis are now listed as delayed. And in Grand Forks, a Delta flight to Minneapolis is canceled. Let's get a check of our storm team forecast. Whether you're flying or driving or just walking down the street, Lisa, it's brutal outside.
It is rough this morning, and it's going to be that way all day. We're talking temperatures just like yesterday. We saw those numbers slide since midnight, and then we stayed below zero all day. The same thing will happen on our New Year's Day. We're looking at some numbers that do go up, but we're so low this morning, we'll probably only end up into those single digits below zero for your high today, coming up in your planner for Fargo and other places throughout the Valley. That wind will turn southerly. We'll start to see it pick up a little bit, and that will start to bring in some warmer air for us overnight. But with that combination of sub-zero numbers and that wind, we'll still have some wind chill issues throughout the day with, again, clear skies, lots of sunshine. Should be beautiful, just plain cold. A wind chill warning in effect until noon for most of the Valley. Wind chills right now down into the 20s to 30s below zero. We're at 29 below in Fargo, 34 below in Grand Forks, 31 below over in Valley City. And your temperatures right now into the teens and 20s below zero. So this is with no wind factored in. This is what the measured air temperature is in Thief River Falls. 26 below right now, so just brutally cold for you there. 21 below in Grand Forks and 23 below in Baudette. Fargo's at 16 below. So bundle up. Dress in those layers. Make sure you're covering your skin because frostbite can set in a matter of minutes with wind chills down into those 30s below. And you'll want to make sure that you've got that winter weather survival kit with you if you're traveling today too. The wind speeds are pretty light, less than 10 miles per hour, eventually becoming southerly today as we saw on our planner. And visibility is looking great. This is a huge difference from yesterday morning. Much, much better out there for travel. Still probably some snowy, icy patches on those roads to watch out for. And again, it's dangerously cold, so you don't want to get caught out on if you get stranded, as we just saw in that story, it can happen. You don't want to get caught out without all your winter weather survival kit and a fully charged cell phone to call for help today. So keep that in mind. But other than that, travel looking pretty good with some quiet weather. So here's a look at our 7-day planner. Today, that one frigid day here of the next 7. We'll be seeing that high of 6 below with lots of sun. And then tomorrow, overnight tonight and tomorrow, a quick system moves in. It's going to stir up some of that snow that's on the ground again. We'll see those winds gusting out of the south, so that might cause some issues for travel later tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And on top of that, we may see a few scattered light snow showers for that morning commute tomorrow to watch out for. So you may want to get up a little earlier than planned, or you usually do, to make sure you get into work on time. Heading into the rest of the week, though, much, much better. We're looking at 30s for highs the rest of the week and just in time for the weekend, too.
A huge improvement.
Big time. We're talking temperatures this morning that are into the mid-20s below zero. To go from that to 30s, that's more than a 50-degree difference.
Wow, incredible. Thank you, Lisa. A Minnesota man is fighting for his life after being caught in the rollover of another car. The State Patrol says a driver lost control on an icy road yesterday in Lakeville, rolled into a median and over the cable barriers, then slammed into two SUVs. The driver of one of the SUVs has life-threatening injuries. Drivers of the other two vehicles are expected to recover. Police expect to release the name a little later today of the person killed in a three-vehicle crash on I-29 south of Fargo. Authorities say a pickup and a van were heading north on I-29 near Horace yesterday afternoon when a passing truck created whiteout conditions. As the two vehicles slowed, a semi coming from behind hit the van and pushed it into the pickup in front of it. A man in the van was killed. Besides that crash, the North Dakota Highway Patrol was very busy with a number of other blizzard-related calls. Between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. yesterday, troopers in the southeast part of North Dakota responded to 3 crashes involving property, 10 highway assists for people who had driven into a ditch or median or had broken down alongside the road and needed to be rescued, and 15 abandoned vehicles that were stuck along I-94 or I-29. State Patrol is reminding drivers that when you venture out into a blizzard, you put your life and the lives of first responders at risk. A man is recovering in the hospital after being rescued from a remote area near the Superior Hiking Trail in Duluth. Police were called to an area near the Lake Superior Zoo yesterday afternoon about someone in need of medical assistance. The 36-year-old man had been laying outside of his vehicle and exposed to the elements, possibly for 3 or 4 days. Fire officials say the victim is hypothermic but in stable condition. Police are still trying to determine how the man got into the ravine. An 11-year-old Minnesota boy is being recommended for a life-saving award after rescuing a man from an apartment pool in the Twin Cities. Police say 5th grader Advik Nandikoter dove into the deep end Sunday in Eagan and lifted the man from the bottom of the pool. The boy's uncle resuscitated the rescued man, who had been unconscious and not breathing. The victim was treated at a hospital and released. North Dakota lawmakers will face tough spending choices when they convene Thursday to kick off the new legislative session. The state's economy is slowly emerging from a years-long rut because of depressed oil and agriculture prices. Governor Doug Burgum has proposed a $14.3 billion budget that increases state spending 5%. Legislators will use that as a starting point. It takes more than 20 below wind chill to stop the New Year's Eve parties in the Northland. Downtown Fargo was a hot spot for revelers overnight. People bundled up and headed to the bars, maybe running from their car inside to where it was warmer. Bar workers say they were not surprised that great numbers of people still came out, even though it was so cold. They say the only time they've seen numbers drop on New Year's Eve was when there was an actual blizzard in progress.
I saw a girl walk by wearing shorts the other day, so if you can wear shorts when it's 25 above, you can bundle up and come out when it's 20 below.
The people that we talked with downtown say that braving the cold temperatures is worth it when you can spend it celebrating with good friends. The annual Rose Parade kicks off in Southern California today for the 130th consecutive year. As floats roll down the streets, crowds will line up along the streets of Pasadena. Parade organizers expect close to 750,000 people to line the parade route, and you can watch that parade right here on NBC. It's that time of the year where gyms are going to be packed, as many have their New Year's resolutions set on getting fit and healthy in the new year. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning from Quartz Plus this morning with some ideas on how to really stick with those New Year's resolutions. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa. I'm here with Jamie Smith, who is the Group Fitness Director at Quartz Plus, and there's going to be a lot of people coming through with their New Year's resolutions with health and fitness. And one thing that we were talking about a little earlier is stretching and the importance of that. And so foam rolling is actually a really good way to work those muscles.
Yep, foam rolling is, there's no really right or wrong way of doing it. You don't want to use it on your neck and you don't want to use it on your lower back, but I mean, you can use it on your outer thighs, your outer hips. It just kind of alleviates some of that soreness that you might get when you first start the gym, and also can prevent a lot of injury.
And so what are some resolutions, or how can people stick to those resolutions? What advice do you have for them?
Starting slow, getting help. Make sure you get a professional, and start really slow. I mean, 2-3 times a week, and that's pretty much what you need for sure to keep health, but also to keep that resolution going throughout the year.
And Quartz Plus actually has a pretty good program for beginners. We have a lot of classes they can take.
Yep, we do have a complete beginner schedule. We also have a complete foam rolling schedule. So if you go on our website, you can scroll down and go to categories or classes, and it'll pull up that complete beginner schedule of all the classes that we have, and then also the foam rolling classes that we offer.
So there's so much that you can do here at the gym, and just really stick to those New Year's resolutions by starting slow. Slow and steady wins the race.
Good stuff. Get started. Now's the time to do it. Abby Furchner reporting live for us. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. This little thing can travel up to 100 miles per hour. I don't think anyone guessed this morning. The people who were drinking champagne were still sleeping. A champagne cork is the answer. A few of those were popped last night, I would imagine. You can play along by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. And if you're still at home, stay inside, stay warm.
It felt like the wind was traveling 100 miles an hour yesterday. Wind chills were brutal. We were down to 49 below, and it's still tough. We're at 40 below in Park Rapids, so bundle up if you're heading outside today. We're going to spend the day below zero in most areas. At least it'll be sunny and quiet. No blizzard today.
Well, that's nice. That's a silver lining. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now on the Fargo CW.